What is up, guys? Adrian here from Launch TV, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing if you should or should not do an Unmasking the Horror Tour for Halloween Horror Nights this year. Now, be it some of the nights have been sold out, however, there are some dates still available. So, I'm going to give you the prices for the tours, what the tour includes, and if you should or should not do them. So, let's start off with the prices. The 6-house tour, while it's nearly sold out and it's only available for the last 4 nights of the event, the price is going to start at $169.99 and will go all the way up to $199.99. But now if we go and look at the 3-house tour, we can tell that most of the nights are available, and it means that you can attempt almost any single night of the event. It just the times do vary, so keep that in mind when you're planning your visit as well. And the prices are going to start at $119.99 plus tax, and it will go all the way up to $149.99 plus tax as well. And now you hear the price and you're wondering, what houses are going to be on these tours? What houses will be featured? Well, first things first, they are subject to change, so it can be something different when you go. However, this is what it is as of opening weekend. So I just want to let you know that right now. For the 3-house tour, it is going to be The Last of Us, Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins, and The Darkest Deal. Now, for the 6-house tour, it is going to be Universal Monsters Unmasked, Chucky Ultimate Kill Count, Stranger Things 4, Yeti Campground Kills, Dueling Dragons Choose Thy Fate, and finally Blood Moon Dark Offerings. Now, the only house that is not on this list at all as of yet is The Exorcist Believer. And I believe that's for the fact that the movie doesn't release until the middle of October, so things can change. Of course, maybe afterwards it can be added as a tour, but I do believe this is more of the studio told them, hey, don't put this house on the tours due to the fact that we don't want to spoil anything from the movie. And now you're sitting here and you're wondering, what should I do? Should I do the tour? Should I not do the tour? Well, I always love doing the tour, and I'm going to bring you along with me now as I talk about my 6-house tour that I went on last year, which is actually more of like a 5-house tour, because I was a really smart guy and I got there super late. So, don't do that. But if you do get there late, you still can go on your tour. But anyways, let's dive into that tour right now. Okay, so actually I missed 2 houses on the tour, not just one. I missed Descendants of Destruction and Universal Monsters Legends Collide. I know, it hurts. It hurt me too, trust me, because Monsters was one of my favorite houses throughout the entire season. But anyways, I need to say this before I move forward into the tour itself. The team members there were so helpful. They allowed me to go ahead and meet up with my group, even though they've already started their tour. So yes, I had a 4-house tour, but it was cool to go ahead and actually meet up with my group and not have to either completely miss out on my tour or just not be able to do it with my group. So I'm happy that was able to happen. But the first house we hit on our tour was Bugs Eaten Alive, which they said was going to be one of the most disgusting houses of all time. And it was gross, however, it wasn't the same kind of like creep out factor that you wanted. It was more of a fun house in my opinion. Unless you're scared of bugs, this house was not that scary, if I'm being 100% honest with you. This house was more of a, oh, that's creepy, there's bugs here kind of thing. But it was really cool to see all the different types of set design they had for this. They had something for spiders, something for cockroaches. They even had a ladybug or 2 in there, which was kind of cool to see. And, you know, altogether, it was a fun house to go through. And then after this one, we ended up going into the Horrors of Blumhouse. Now, the Horrors of Blumhouse was honestly so cool to see with the lights on, because we were able to go through the freaky portion first, got to see the dagger, got to see some of the scenes like the teacher getting cut in half. We got to see that up close, and altogether it was solid to see it. But when we started going into the black phone, it was cool to see the actual set there. So usually this house was super dark, so we couldn't see anything in there during the daytime or during operations. So being able to see everything there and knowing that all the phones were actual working phones was mind-blowing. Like, altogether, learning this information was one of the coolest things ever. And that's one of the reasons that I truly love this tour, because it's not so much just being able to go through the houses with the lights on, it's being able to go through the houses with a tour guide that knows what they're saying. They know every single thing about this event. And that's where I have to tip my hat to David. We've had David the past 2 years for our tours, and David has been phenomenal both times. Now, after we went into Blumhouse and we left there completely, we went on our break, which is where I need to give you a small little tip. Be careful where you eat. So we went to the Hard Rock and we thought, great idea. We can go to the Hard Rock. We can eat some food. We'll be fine. We get there. We tell them, hey, we're on a quick lunch. We have less than an hour. to eat and go back. The one positive we had here is that our whole group went to go eat with us, and it wasn't just like random 2 people from the group here. Everyone went here, and it took way too long. We actually had to run back to the Aquos Theater with our food in our hands still. We paid, and then we left. But be careful where you eat, or just pack your own snack. Either way you want to put it, that's the one thing that you have to keep in mind. And now, going back into the last 2 houses that we hit, we went to Dead Man's Pier, Winter's Wake, which was one of the most beautiful houses and was the main reason I wanted to do this tour. It was mind-blowing. It was beautiful, and it was one of the nicest things I've ever seen. We can tell when you go through this house during the daytime how beautiful it was, but being able to go through it and know that this was truly based on the Scare Zone from a few years ago was a perfect blend. So this house, thank you Universal for putting it together, and thank you for putting it on the tour and not leaving it off, because I don't know if I could have lived with myself if I couldn't gone through this house with a daytime tour. So thank you for that. And then our final house was Hell Block Horror, which was an original house as well, but it was not as loved to many people. However, this house has a sweet place in my heart because it was so much fun to go through. Yes, it was crazy, it was zany, there was a bunch of random things in here thrown together, but altogether, it was a perfect haunted house for fun. It felt like classic Halloween Horror Nights, and that's truly what we needed at the event. So, thank you for putting together a great house again, Universal. Shout out to you, you're amazing. And well, that was pretty much our entire tour. Of course, I missed 2 houses. If you guys want to watch a video of those houses, go ahead and check out Eddie Taman's video. I'll link it right up there so you guys can see it. I'll also put it down in the description. So, with that being said, are you guys going to do the tour? Let me know down below. Go ahead, I know you want to do it. And if you already planned a tour, let me know so I can see some pictures, because I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to do a tour today. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to do a tour this year, but I would like to see some pictures from inside those houses. So with all that being said, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what tour you're going to go on if you're going on a tour. And if you're not doing a tour, what house do you want to be able to see with the lights on? Or what house from past Horror Nights would you like to go through to see with the lights on? Subscribe if you guys already haven't done so. And stay excellent, my dudes.